Does digital marketing just feel overwhelming? Yeah, you're not alone. But today, we're going to cut through all that jargon and noise. We're giving you a simple 4-part playbook that literally any small business can use to find customers, build trust, and actually grow without needing a huge budget. So let's dive in. I mean, if you're running a small business, this question probably hits pretty close to home, right? You're pouring your heart into what you do, but getting the word out, attracting those first customers, especially when every dollar counts, it can feel like you're climbing a mountain. It's a challenge we hear all the time.
But here's the good news. This is the main thing I want you to take away today. Effective digital marketing isn't about having the biggest budget or the fanciest, most complicated tools. Nope. It's about being consistent with a few smart, proven strategies. And that's exactly what we're going to break down right now.
Okay, first things first. Before you can wow a customer, they have to be able to find you. It sounds obvious, but it's crucial. If your business serves a specific town or neighborhood, local search engine optimization, or SEO, is your absolute #1 priority. Think of it as your giant flashing digital sign on Main Street.
And you know what? Your Google Business Profile is probably the most powerful free tool you have. Seriously. It all starts with the basics. Make sure your info is accurate and get some good photos up there to build trust. But the real game changer? Reviews. Reviews are digital gold. You've got to make a habit of asking for them, and, this is key, responding to every single one, good or bad. It just shows people you're engaged and that you really care about your business.
The secret here is to just think like your customer for a second. What are they actually typing into Google? They're not using your industry jargon, right? They're searching for stuff like, best bakery near me. When you sprinkle these simple location-based phrases on your website, you're basically telling Google, hey, over here, I'm the answer to that person's search, and I'm right in their neighborhood. Okay, so let's move on to our second big strategy. This builds right on top of being findable. Once people find you, you need to give them a reason to stick around, a reason to trust you, and that's where being genuinely helpful with your content and your email comes in. You know, this really shows the huge mindset shift. The stuff on the left is just noise. It's one sales pitch after another. But the stuff on the right? That's about providing real, actual value. Instead of just selling, you're solving their problems. You're becoming a trusted resource. I mean, which one do you think builds a loyal customer? It's a no-brainer.
And get this, you don't even have to guess what those problems are. Google will literally tell you what people are asking. Just type a topic related to your business into the search bar and scroll down a bit. You'll see a box that says, People also ask. Every single one of those questions is a fantastic idea for a blog post or a quick social media video. It's that simple.
So once you've got their attention, email is how you keep that conversation going. Think of it like a quiet one-on-one chat, away from all the craziness of social media. A simple monthly newsletter that offers real value, some useful tips, maybe an exclusive offer, is honestly one of the most reliable ways to build relationships that last.
All right, on to strategy number 3. Let's talk about social media. The key here, the thing I really want you to focus on, is to totally reframe its purpose. It's not just another billboard to shout about your sales. It's a place to build a real community.
And you're going to see a theme here. It's the exact same principle we just saw with content. If your feed is just this endless stream of buy my stuff 20% off, people are going to tune you out so fast. But if you focus on building a community by showing the real people and the personality behind your brand, you create these genuine connections. You give people a reason to actually follow you and engage.
So how do you actually do that? Well, you can show what's happening behind the scenes. Or you can celebrate a customer's success story. Or answer a common question. But you know what the most important thing on this list is? Responding to comments. That's it. That's how you turn a one-way street into a real conversation and show people you're actually listening. Okay, let's bring it home with our fourth and final strategy, being smart. Because look, none of these efforts matter if you have no idea what's actually working. This is all about looking at the results and making small, smart adjustments as you go. I love this quote because it is just so true. You can't just set up a website or a social profile and then walk away, expecting it to work on autopilot. The digital world is always changing, and so are your customers' needs. You've got to be willing to pay attention and adapt. And this creates a really simple feedback loop. Just use a free tool like Google Analytics. And listen, you don't need to be some data wizard. Just look at a couple of basic things. Which pages on your website get the most visitors? Where are those visitors coming from? Find what's working, figure out why, and then focus your precious time on doing more of that. Okay, so we've covered the 4 core strategies. Be found, be helpful, be social, and be smart. But I know there are probably a few really practical questions bouncing around in your head, so let's do a quick reality check and tackle them head on.
This has to be the most common question we get. You know, you've got a great Facebook page, your Instagram is active. Isn't that enough in today's world?
The short answer, the only answer, is an absolute 100% yes.
And here's why. Think of social media platforms like rented land. The landlord can change the rules or even kick you out at any time. Your website is property that you own. It gives you total control, it makes you look way more professional and credible, and it's the foundation for all of your SEO efforts. It is your non-negotiable digital home base.
All right, the other big question. You're putting in the work, you're being consistent. So when does the magic happen? When do you actually start to see a real return on all this time and effort? Well, the reality is good marketing is a marathon, not a sprint. If you're putting in consistent effort, most small businesses will start to see real, noticeable improvements within about 3 to 6 months. But that key word there is consistent. You got to stick with it.
So, let's just bring it all together one last time. It's a pretty simple sequence, right? Local SEO helps customers find you in the first place. Helpful content and email make them trust you. Social media helps turn those followers into a real community. And tracking your results tells you what to do more of. That's it. That's the entire playbook.
We've broken it all down into small, manageable pieces. Because this isn't about doing everything all at once. That's just a recipe for burnout. It's about starting somewhere. So, looking at this list, what is the one simple step you can commit to taking this week? Thanks so much for tuning in.